RunDown. Hey everybody, how's it going? John Anthony, Chairshot Sports. Welcome to the Raw Rundown. Joined by the usual cast of characters. I have Vinny from Suds in the Squared Circle. Vinny, how are we doing?
Doing good. Tired, but doing good.
Doing double duty tonight.
I am. Yeah, it's been like this for the past couple of weeks. Did Suds News at 8, and then this right now.
Well, we appreciate it. And back from her illustrious trip to the islands, we have Princess Skywalker, Jessie B. Jessie, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys tonight?
I'll be okay after this medication kicks in. So Raw was awesome. Obviously opened with a 15-minute thing of Jey Uso, your 2025 Royal Rumble winner. Before getting past that segment into Raw, we've had a couple days to kind of sit on it, digest it a little bit. As far as Jey Uso and the men's, Vinny, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on him winning that Rumble going into WrestleMania?
It's funny because since I wasn't able to be a part of the post Royal Rumble reaction show, I did want to kind of give my thoughts on it a little bit. And I got to say, they really surprised me with Jey Uso. And I liked it because, for years, you always want to see somebody who's not already in the world title picture or somebody who's not storyline based winning the Royal Rumble. And I think this year was the first time in history that in my estimation, that we've ever gotten it. The last time I could really think of somebody who was unpredictable winning was back in '93 with Yokozuna. Other than that, every year it's been like storyline driven, and you knew who you could predict who was going to win, whether it was Michaels or Austin or yada yada, go so on and so forth. This year it was a stacked Rumble. I really liked the ticker down at the bottom. I liked how they showed, who was in the ring, who was coming down, how many, how long everybody was in the match on both the men's and women's. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It made it feel legit, like a legit sporting event, because you would normally have that ticker during a football game or a baseball game showing the stats as it comes through. I really liked it. I liked the production value for it. I was a little upset with Nikki Bella as the number 30 for the women's Rumble. I was kind of hoping for, somebody else, whether it be AJ Lee, whether it be just anybody other than Nikki Bella. I was happy to see Alexa Bliss in there. I heard that it was like literally up until that day that Shotzi was going to have that slot. And the contract with Bliss was finalized at 5 a.m. that morning. So, but I'm glad she's back. Overall, though, with Jey Uso, I'm happy. He's over with the crowd. He's put in the work over the past 4 years. Like, the whole bloodline thing was about Roman, but Jey Uso was there too. And Jey Uso was the first one to really break out of the bloodline storyline. And really, the only reason why he went back was to defend now his family. So I'm looking forward to it. Seeing him and Gunther at Mania, it looks to me, because he just lost to Gunther, last week or a couple weeks ago. So now him going through and winning the Rumble, he proved it to himself that he could do it. So going into Mania now, he has a little bit more confidence, and that gave him the confidence he needed to win the Rumble. So I can see the story coming out of it, and I'm excited for it.
Awesome, all good points. I especially too like the ticker as well. I like that, showing who's been in, the times, all that good stuff. That was awesome to see. Definitely a nice little touch to it as well.
Yeah,
Jessie, what are your thoughts as far as Jey Uso winning?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I still think it was a great choice. Especially when, look at the crowd tonight. That just shows that they picked the right person to win, because he's so fucking over, and it's genuinely over with the crowd and with everybody. I've never freaking heard of a damn crowd asking for a damn encore. with an intro before. I mean, that's the first time I've seen that, and I've
Yeah.
been watching wrestling a really long time, and that's the first time I've seen anything like that. So it just speaks volumes to Jey Uso and where he is at in his career.
No, I agree. I think it was an awesome pick, and I think that kind of cemented for a lot of people who were naysaying. I think you can't be more over than he is right now. So awesome pick. Obviously, very anything Jay does is very heartfelt and very genuine. Shedding tears on the ring. Here comes Gunther. They have the usual back and forth between the two of them. And pretty much he says, Jay's like, look, I'm going to go to SmackDown. I'm going to holler over at Cody. But listen, if I come for you, I come for him, whoever it is. I'm going to main event. I'm walking out a champion. So before we move on, real quickly, Jesse, I'll start with you. Would you rather see Jay go to Cody, or would you rather see him face off against Gunther?
I really don't think he's going to go against Cody. I think he's going to go up against Gunther. I think he's got something to prove towards Gunther. And honestly, I'm not saying that Jey Uso's not a big deal, but they're going to save Cody for something bigger. For either the CM Punk or the John Cena. Right. They're going to save Cody for that.
Vinny?
I agree. I think he's going to end up going for Gunther. Because like I just said, he proved it to himself that he could do it. Cody's his friend. And, while you don't necessarily get the, while you don't necessarily want to not see friends going against each other, but he's going to go after Gunther because he had his world title shot against him. He didn't get it. He didn't do it. Now he went through the Rumble. He proved it to himself. He earned the shot. And, now he's going to go on and get it. Will he beat Gunther? I don't know. But I think he's going to go against Gunther.
Awesome. All righty. First match we have Penta and Ludwig Kaiser. We have the Iron Man against the guy who took the least amount of time in the Rumble. So that was cool to see those two go at it. Obviously, Penta has very much delivered since he's been on Netflix on Raw. Awesome to see these two going. I love seeing Kaiser get his singles run, kind of doing the Pete Don't Call Me Butch done kind of thing. With him coming out, those are kind of maybe locking it up down the road as far as a tag team. So that might be cool to see. They shot out JD McDonough. We talked about it last week. Broken ribs and a punctured lung. So prayers up to JD McDonough. Hopefully a speedy recovery.
Yeah, I saw the clips of that since I didn't watch Raw. That was brutal.
Yeah, it was like literally like Michael Cole was losing his mind to literally be like, no, listen, this guy got fucked up. Like we need to do something down here. Like it was wild to see it in real time. But yeah, no. And prayers up for finishing the match. He collapsed as soon as he got into the back. But to finish the match, man, you might hate him, you might not like the character, but man, that man's goated for finishing the match with a punctured damn lung, man. That's wild. That's so wild.
Yeah, no kidding.
But prayers up, man, and hopefully we see him back sooner than later. Daddy's home. Well, the true daddy, I guess. Finn Balor comes back and gone for a couple weeks, selling the street fight against Priest. Comes back into the clubhouse, kind of talking about a comeback. Just screwed this all up. What happened? I lost all this shit. What's going on? Liv's like, no, shut up. Listen, he got you a shot for the Elimination Chamber. This is what we're gonna do. Daddy's gonna make it. Daddy Dom's gonna make it all right. So that's good to see. Apparently, Liv is back being smitten by Dirty Dom. So I guess we're back on that train for a little bit. We'll see what happens at Mania. And then here we go. The second winner of the Saturday night, the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble winner, Charlotte Flair, comes out. Clearly trying to come out as a face here. The crowd's not having it. They're not buying it. Doesn't matter how genuine she is, trying to talk about the year she's had coming up. I've talked about this before, about this is going to be a different Charlotte. Obviously, toward the end, we get that Charlotte because that's what you're going to boo for and call for. That's what you're probably going to get. But yeah, no, I think it was good. I'll go back reverse order. Jesse, what are your thoughts on Charlotte Flair winning the Women's Royal Rumble this past Saturday?
I would have rather have seen somebody else, but as soon as I knew she was coming back, I knew she was winning the Royal Rumble. So I just knew it was going to happen. So I made my peace with it before the match even happened. I would have rather somebody else gotten an opportunity, but it is what it is.
Well, luckily, like we talked about, that's what the Elimination Chamber's for. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there. Vinny, your thoughts?
I agree. I would have much rather seen somebody else win the Rumble. I mean, I was all amped with Roxanne Perez. She had an awesome showing in the Rumble. And, I'm at the point now where it's like, you don't need to have somebody last over an hour every single year. You don't need to have that Iron Man every year. But, the fact that she put up such a great showing and Just the way that she came in at number 3 and just lasted. She set the all-time record for the length of time in the Rumble. I really wanted Roxanne Perez at the end to actually beat Charlotte, because Charlotte was too predictable. And that's where I feel like, okay, she's back. She's coming back after being off for a year with a knee injury. Sell that knee injury a little bit. She doesn't have to win the Rumble. But it is what it is. She's the golden person right now, so let her have it. I think the problem with the crowd booing her so much tonight is that fans today don't like people being shoved down their throats.
Mhm.
They like the grassroots kind of person. They like Jey Uso because Jey Uso wasn't pushed down the throats. They liked Daniel Bryan because Daniel Bryan was, somebody who wasn't pushed down their throats. They turned their back on John Cena and Batista and stuff because they were, pushed down our throats as fans. It's a different fan nowadays. So, you can see where, Charlotte being Ric Flair's daughter, being a fantastic wrestler up, if she's not on your Mount Rushmore of female athletes, female wrestlers at this point in time, she will be. And people just they resent being told who to like. So I'm anxious to see who she chooses to go for at Mania.
No, I agree. I talked about a little bit on a couple of the Rumble prediction shows that I was on that we did. I honestly think this is going to go. I know she talks about going to NXT and who like kindles that spirit inside of her. Inspires her going over to SmackDown. It's going to be Tiffany Stratton. They're not going to do the Rhea thing again. We already did this twice. You can go for the 1-1. Maybe we're going to see who gets the win here. I think Rhea has her hands full over on Raw. It's not going to be NXT this time around. It's funny that Charlotte mentioned NXT. But yet, Jay didn't mention going to talk to Oma Femi down at NXT, just going straight over to Cody. So that'll be interesting. Obviously, Charlotte doing her rounds, being on all the whole every show this week. So that'll be cool to see. And you get Sammy in the back to his interview. He walks over, congratulates Sammy. Sammy congratulates Jay in winning the Rumble. And obviously he does, it's all right, awesome, man. Great to see you. Go get it no matter what happens. And then here comes Karrion Kross doing his thing, kind of being that snake in the grass, which I think has been awesome. Keeping him on TV, doing his little things until it's time for him to kind of pop off as a singles competitor. So it's going to be good to see. But I like when they do that little kind of stuff. It's good to see.
Oh, hold on. You mentioned Karrion Kross. I got to get this off my chest. And I put it out in a tweet earlier. Maybe I'm that old guy yelling at clouds, and I will gladly take that moniker at this point. But to have somebody like I show speed in the Royal Rumble, but not have Karrion Kross in the Royal Rumble, in my opinion, was a complete mistake. Now, granted, there was like 250 million views on YouTube or TikTok or wherever I show speed stream. So that's great pop culture publicity. I get that. But you know what? There was no chance in him winning. He's not a trained wrestler. He took the spear wrong. I mean, he turned the wrong way for the spear, so he almost, he probably has a couple of broken ribs himself. But, when the roster is as stacked as it is, we talked about comedy segments, which is fine. You have an R-Truth in there or Santino Marella, but when you have such a deep roster as WWE has right now, you don't need to put somebody like I Show Speed in there or, going back, Drew Carey. You don't need to do that for publicity because you have such a deep roster and it keeps it legitimate. But that's my rant as an older wrestling fan. I would have much rather had somebody like Karrion Kross or one of the Street Profits or somebody else that is an actual superstar, give them the chance to go to Mania. But
And that I can agree with.
No, I agree with that as well. That's perfectly. I mean, he was in there to whatever get the millions and millions of views, which is great. But like Tony said, Kross even wrestled like tonight on Raw or on the Rumble. Like,
Right.
Thanks for commenting, Tony. Appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, I think again, thankfully there wasn't a lot of them. But for what it was, man, I mean, I think Brian kind of taught some people, if you want to come into the ring, you're gonna get messed up.
Pretty much. They pretty much said, hey, celebrities, if this is you are going to come in my ring, this is what's going to happen. Like, enough's enough.
Yeah, that's good.
But I did like what Cross said to Sami Zayn, though, when he asked him, what's it like watching everyone else live your dream? Because that hits hard for Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then obviously we do the thing in the back. Rhea, Io. Oh, I'm going to challenge you, KC there. Like doing this whole thing going to the Elimination Chamber. Liv attacks Io. Raquel attacks Rhea. So building that in down the road. What's going to happen? Obviously, foreshadows what happened in the main event. New Day's back. Some fire heel music. Thank you. Fire.
I was on mute, so I was muted because I was streaming, so I didn't know what their song sounds like, so I have to go back to listen to it because I heard it.
It was good. It was really good.
Yeah, it was awesome. Definitely adds to the both of them. Yeah, they faced off against Ray and Dragon Lee. A great tag team match. I'm having some technical difficulties, guys. If you guys could just kind of talk about that tag match real quick, I'll be right back, okay?
Yeah. So that match was interesting to me. I didn't know that Ray was wrestling Ray was wrestling Logan Paul next week.
I didn't know that either.
So when Logan Paul came out, I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, why the hell is Logan Paul coming out in the middle of a goddamn tag match? I was like, this makes no fucking sense. And then they had to explain the fact that, thanks, Tony, I love my headset too. They had to explain, why he was coming out there. And I don't know. That just bugged me. I don't like Logan Paul.
Yeah, and I thought they said that Ray and Logan Paul were fighting at Elimination Chamber. So I caught something about that, but
they were fighting for a spot in Elimination
Chamber.
For
fighting for a spot in the Elimination. Okay, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was a qualifying match.
Yeah. That should have been explained a little more because I don't mind having people be in different storylines and but it should be explained a little more or, have those matches announced ahead of time because I didn't know that at all either.
Yeah, because it made no sense to me when he first came out. I was like, okay. And then somebody said something to Logan in the crowd, and it really pissed Logan off. Because he was yelling back at this person. He goes, no, that's too far. You took it too damn far. He goes, I don't care how old you are. You took it too far.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it was about his girlfriend or his daughter. So that
I wonder what happened there because it was he definitely said something to really piss Logan Paul off because Logan Paul had a pretty serious reaction to whatever was said to him in the crowd.
Wow. Yeah,
that was wild. Sorry, guys, I'm over here like Netflix glitching out. Sorry about that.
Netflix glitched out so damn bad tonight. That was so annoying.
I need answers for that, man. It's not even cool because it's not even the Wyatts anymore, man. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's just glitching, just a glitch. Yeah. But no, we were talking about whatever the person in the crowd said to Logan because it really got to him.
Because Logan Paul is from Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken.
He's from there too. That's why it's like, damn, man.
I want to know what was said.
I'm sure at some point we'll figure out what happened. Shout out to Jesse Bell. Jesse, I don't know if you saw this comment, but Tony likes your headset. So.
Yep. I love it. I love my pom-poms.
Yeah, so then we go ahead.
I said I love my pom-poms.
They are a staple with your show.
They are.
Then we get a little talk about Roman Reigns. At the end of the day, everything he said, TBD. We'll see what happens. He's out for an undisclosed amount of time, which is probably like the week after Elimination Chamber, or he shows up at the Chamber, something like that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where the breadcrumbs kind of lie.
Punk promo says he'll beat Sammy no matter what.
Yep. Promos.
And I have to say this, and I'm not trying to be a Punk hater for once in my life, but that man looked like he needed like 24 hours of fucking sleep tonight. His fucking bags under his eyes were horrible. He looked fucking exhausted.
He goes, man. He no stop.
Like I said, I'm not trying to be a hater like I normally am. I haven't even said the normal phrase yet, but he looked exhausted.
All gas, no brakes when it comes to Phil, baby. Io walking through the back, PCF in the back, watching her walk there. Io heads down to the ring. She's taking on Liv Morgan for the shot into the Elimination Chamber, the first spot available for the women. Obviously, a lot of nefarious things going on outside. Why aren't they throwing people up from ringside anymore? Raquel can just get involved at least 6 different times in front of a referee. The ref's just like, hey, what happened to like the wind up and like get the hell out of here? Like that she's just able to go around and get involved in the entire match.
It's only when storyline
allows it.
And Vinny knows this. Like growing up, like everyone knows that the referees on medical coverage doesn't include vision. So
no, they all forget their glasses.
That's it. Raquel gets involved. Here comes Rhea. She gets involved. Liv goes to grab Rhea by the hair, reaches up, punches her in the face. Boom! Ring bells inadvertently. Rhea has now put Liv into the Elimination Chamber at the expense of Io Sky. Your guys' thoughts on the match? I'll start with you, Vinny.
Was that for me?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, whenever you have Io and Liv, I mean they're both great athletes. The match itself was good. I hope they're not setting up Liv and Rhea for Mania again. I really want Rhea to kind of move on from the whole getting back at Judgment Day thing. Like I thought the blow off was Saturday Night's Main Event. So honestly, it should have been, and there should be no more Rhea and Liv. Now, if it's Raquel and Liv, and Raquel is in Elimination Chamber and pins Liv last, then okay, there's a story there. But ultimately, I want to see somebody different, with Rhea at WrestleMania. Again, I would go for Bayley. I would go for, again, somebody different.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Jesse?
I absolutely do not want to see Rhea and Liv at WrestleMania. We've seen it enough. That storyline has done its due diligence. It's run its course. Enough's enough. Move on. Give Rhea somebody else to go for. Plus, Liv's getting annoying.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Liv is getting so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I was hoping against hope with this transfer portal they were going to put Liv over on SmackDown or something. Or obviously, Rhea's not going to move. She's the champion. I was like, please, God. That's the only way. That's almost like, so that's what they do with Priest, right? Like, the only way to get him and Finn away from each other is we got to put Priest over on SmackDown. So when that happened, I'm like, oh, maybe after the Rumble, maybe they move Liv. Nope. The sneaky suspicion right now is it's Liv and Alexa, but that might be a blowout. That might be a match over at Elimination Chamber. We'll see what happens as we move on. But yeah, I'm so sick of Liv and Rhea if they go down that road. That's a tough pill to talk about shoving something down the fan's throat. Like, come on, man. I'd rather see Charlotte and Rhea at that point.
I don't understand all the hate that Rhea gets online, calling her Goth Hogan. Like, I don't understand that. Rhea is just absolutely fantastic in the ring. She's got a look that's unique to her. She's not one of those stereotypical Barbie dolls.
Yeah, but that's the thing. People like what they like, and they're going to attack the character.
I understand that. Yeah.
Like. Yeah.
Liv
is so annoying.
It's ridiculous.
I've said it before. Like, I'm not so much of a hater anymore, but she's pretty face. Like,
get the gum out of your mouth and stop that fucking stupid damn giggle.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I really hope this runs its course at some point and go to the mid-card for a little while. Do some shit down with the IC title. But another promo after this. War Raiders in the back talking about giving their props to JD McDonough. Here comes American Made. Calling them cowards, walking away clutching at titles. And Chad Gable now proclaims he's going on his journey to the
you
dark.
think it's Aleister Black?
To master the dark arts.
This has got to be the Aleister Black intro. It has to be, man. I'm telling you. But the fact is, my man he says, Ivy gets some gold. Creed gets some gold. My man throws the shades on going back to the 80s. I'll be back. Get out of here, bro.
I'll be back.
So that was cool. Seth comes out, goes down the list, gives Jay his flowers, berates Punk. Great to see him not winning the Rumble. Roman getting his ass kicked. Can we talk about that double stomp on the floor? That was a nice spot. That was nice. And he gets him again on the stairs. Like Paul just losing his mind. Loved it. That was definitely a good spot.
What the hell was CM Punk wearing tonight? He looked like the guy from Spaceballs, the sidekick of Pizza the Hut. You know?
You mean Seth Rollins?
Yeah, what did I say?
I knew who he was.
And I said that he looked like the dude from Jeepers Creepers.
I heard Jeepers
That's
Creepers.
who I got was Jeepers Creepers.
The Dark Tower, Spaceballs was one. Some other people put some other stuff. Oh, someone put people call Damian Priest the goth, whatever,
bisexual
goth
Undertaker,
and then he showed a picture of Seth. I'm like, jeez.
Yep.
So then finally he's like, listen, man, you gotta, Sammy, get out here, man. I gotta talk to you before your match with Punk. And pretty much, you want to talk about buttering somebody up? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like Jesus Christ. Like I wish Sammy would have said something about it like that. But so that goes into our main event. Which is wild. I would have thought this would have been close to a 3-hour event, but hey, whatever.
Seems like 2.5 hours is a sweet spot.
It is. I like it. I thought this would have been the one where they're like, probably the one after Mania will probably be 3, if I had to guess.
Oh yeah.
That'll be the one. Yeah. Then we get our main event again. Sammy, Punk. I've seen it before. Great match, great stuff. They have great chemistry in the ring. I really thought they might have put Sammy into it and had Punk do something down the road to make his way. But Punk hits the GTS, gets the 1, 2, 3, rolls up Sammy. And there we go. Jabbing in the middle of the ring, and here comes Kevin Owens
out of nowhere.
Sammy. Out of nowhere. Not the out of nowhere I thought we'd see tonight, but
no.
I put a poll up. Not one person returned tonight. I thought someone would have made a return. Somebody. Not even. I'm talking like where was Alexa? Where's Alexa Bliss? They literally said she was going to be on TV tonight. Yeah. WWE. Like, the hell? She's backstage? I don't know.
Right.
Anyway, you can't tell me you're running out of time. You still got a half hour left. You can't. You're not up against it. So yeah, KO makes his intentions known. I talked about a couple of different people. I know people said WrestleMania. It's going to be Elimination Chamber. Those two are going to get their pound of flesh, and who knows what's going to happen with Sammy, what's going to happen with KO, but yeah. So I think it was a good episode, man. It was a good coming out of the Rumble. I mean, as much as you can do. I mean, obviously all 3 shows tomorrow at NXT, Friday night over on SmackDown, and even Thursday on TNA. We're all going to be talking about it, how they showed, and what's going on, and who else is crossing the line over in TNA, which is great.
I agree with Tony. KO and Sammy get their WrestleMania spot after tonight. It's going to be KO and Sammy
against each other.
Yeah, against each other.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just they're going to carry that out for 2 months, get the Mania. I don't know.
Well, here's how they're going to play it, because Sammy is a loyal friend, so he's not going to it's almost going to be like the Undertaker and Kane story, where Undertaker refused to fight Kane because it was his brother, but eventually Kane pushed his buttons enough. And that's what Kevin Owens is going to do. Kevin Owens is going to push Sammy enough to be like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going at Mania. And even if they do Elimination Chamber, it's going to show Sammy's flaw, because he's not going to give him the haluva kick in the corner. And that's when Kevin's going to take advantage and beat Sammy or whatever, and show that he has no mercy. So Sammy has to be the one to toughen up and go to Mania for, a gimmick match of some type.
Yeah. Or opposite way of that. Or Sammy kind of starts listening to the Karrion Krosses of the world, or Karrion Kross himself. And maybe Sammy, now I don't want to, not so much a heel Sammy, but a very driven, selfish Sammy. There can be a difference.
Yeah.
I don't need conspiracy stuff going on anymore. And we never got the documentary, but whatever. But yeah, no, you can have a driven, selfish I'm in this for me. I've been doing this long enough. I'm going to do it myself, kind of thing with Carrie and kind of pulling the strings. So
Yeah.
that could be a thing as well. So that would be good to see.
So there's a couple of different ways they can go with it.
I agree. And Kevin Owens, I mean, he's a wild card. He can probably get into any kind of program with at least 3-4 weeks, and he'll make it happen. So
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, guys, thank you. I guess someone wants to join the stream. Well, hit me, DM me after we get out of here. I'll talk to you guys if you ever want to jump onto a show. I'm always down for that as well. We do plenty of them on a weekly basis. Awesome. Well, Vinny, I appreciate you stepping a little late. I know you're doing double duty. Jesse B, thank you so much for joining us after vacation. Vinny, where can everyone find you on socials if it's not over here with Chair Shot Sports?
Yeah, on Twix and Facebook, I'm Vinny Suds and Suds Media. Whether it's Suds Media or Suds and Squared Circle Media, you can find me anywhere with that. Best place to go would be suds-media.com. That's where you can find my blog, all of the feed from YouTube and RSS for all of my shows, suds-media.com.
Beautiful. And Jesse, when they're not catching me on your show or you're on my show, where can everyone else find you?
At Jess Skywalker 10 on X and at the Lowdown with Princess Skywalker and John Anthony on YouTube Wednesday nights after Dynamite.
Beautiful. Awesome. If you're watching this, you already know, but if you don't, at Chair Shot Sports on X, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, on Twitch as well. But yeah, do the thing, like, subscribe, hit the little bell at the bottom so you get notifications of all our new episodes for any interviews, post shows, things like that. So awesome. Well, thank you again, guys. Appreciate you taking the time. And you guys have a wonderful night. So, guys, for Vinny, for Jesse B, I'm John Anthony, guys. We'll talk to you soon, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.